Hello, my name is METİN. This is 272nd part of explanation of my theory. According to my theory and my formulas, until lesson, not zero, ground state angular momentum is Planck's constant in hydrogen atom. Ground state angular momentum is 6.626 10 to the minus 34 kilogram meter square divided by second. Planck's constant. Planck's constant is nothing but angular momentum of a point on electron motion form. As I told you before, I advise you to watch my former videos. Again, not zero. Ground state angular momentum is Planck's constant in hydrogen atom. In accepted physics theories, the picture of atoms based on electrical interaction has nothing to do with reality. According to this wrong picture, dimensionless point particles moves around the nucleus in an environment where the Coulomb's law is valid. Here, electrons and nucleus and electron interact with each other in the context of action at a distance. Quantum theory says, for instance, for hydrogen atom ground state, dimensionless point particle electron has zero angular momentum. This is wrong. There is a quote from Virginia University web page written by Michael Fowler below. Here is mine, here is the quote. This is wrong. What is the quote? Here is the quote. This is wrong. Yes, the true ground state of the hydrogen atom, n is equal 1, has zero angular momentum. Since n is equal to k plus l plus 1, n is equal to 1 means both L is equal to 0 and K equals to 0. The ground state wave function is therefore spherically point. Again, this is wrong. The true ground state of the hydrogen atom, n is equal to 1, has zero angular momentum. This is wrong, according to my theory and my formulas. Quote from who had written this and which university? Here. This is accepted physics theory. Quantum theory. According to quantum theory. Yes. Internet, Galileo Physics Point, Virginia, Edu, classes, hydrogen atom, Michael Fowler. Yes. This is wrong. According to me, yes. This is electron motion form. Think of three-dimensional, spherical, ring-shaped, intrinsic motion form of meta-sensation perception matter. And this electron motion form made joint motion with a proton, one proton, here, hydrogen atom. And any point, a point on this electron motion form, an inseparable point of this electron motion form, I define the photon as an inseparable point of motion surface, totally motion surface. This is, say for instance, this direction, like this direction, here, here, here, okay. And each point has two components, speed of light component, mass, energy, velocity, speed, and linear velocity, tangential velocity component, mass, energy, etc., angular momentum. In each component is the same. Planck's constant, 6 point. Okay. Yes. Snapshot. According to me, yes, there is a point, any point, all points of electron motion form, infinite points of electron motion form, photons, infinite photons, inseparable points of electron motion form, yes, revolves around the nucleus, but not electron motion form. Electron motion form embrace, okay, encompasses, if I say true, greater than proton, proton is inside of electron motion form. Electron motion form, proton-bound electron motion form doesn't revolve around electron motion form as an electron motion form. Electron motion form and proton make joint cyclical motion within their intertwined axis, joint motion. Okay? There is no attraction between nucleus or proton and electron motion form or photon. Yes. According to me, yes, there is a point. This is photon point. Photon, any point, every point on electron motion form. Please pay attention. Motion form, not static form. According to me, yes, there is a point revolves around the nucleus and in the ground state n is equal 1. Okay. In the ground state, the photon has angular momentum. And its angular momentum is Planck's constant. This is my angular momentum of a photon on an electron motion form. Here. How did I discern? Planck's constant is nothing but angular momentum of every point on electron motion form, point mass, okay, linear velocity, tangential velocity component photons mass, photon have mass according to me, is, I have computed, 3.85810 to the minus 66 or 36 kilogram, multiplied by 91.155 nanometer wavelength size or radius, multiplied by 1,884,000 kilometers per second. This is result. Planck's constant numbers 6.62 10 to the minus 34 kilogram meter square per second. Yes, there is a point. Photon revolves around the nucleus, and in the ground state it has angular momentum, and its angular momentum is Planck's constant. Moreover, tangential velocity of this point is 6.28 times greater than the speed of light. This point is the photon, and I define the photon as an inseparable point of a free electron motion form or proton-bound electron motion form in an atom. However, reason for all this to happen is not the attraction between two charged particles. There is no attraction forces between electron and nucleus and repulsion between electrons. Thus, there is no attractive forces between the photon and the nucleus, and there is no repulsion forces between photons. Since the electron motion form is intrinsic, immanent, cyclical, repetitive, perpetual, spherical, ring-shaped motion form of meta sensation perception matter, MSPM, that I put forth as a general concept of matter. Okay, since the electron motion form is intrinsic, immanent, cyclical, repetitive, perpetual, spherical, ring-shaped motion form of meta-sensation perception matter, MSPM, even though the electron motion form itself doesn't move around the nucleus, proton, its surface motion form does. Because electron motion form with greater wavelength radius and proton make joint motion by connecting their motion axes. If you say there is no angular momentum in hydrogen in the ground state, that means there is no electron in hydrogen. Because, according to me, the only place where the electron has no angular momentum is where the electron exceeds the speed of light, loses its spherical cycle, and turns into a massless neutrino. I will, of course, go on to tell my theory and my formulas again and again, or newly, step by step. Have a good evening. See you later.